Hello and good evening, guys. Welcome to this week's edition of Sisters of Legacy. Thank you for joining us. We are going to run our intro and we'll be right back.
Welcome to the Sisters of Legacy. They are building a community through great conversation. They are speaking truth. They are speaking life. It's time to do more. Join us each week. Welcome to the Sisters of Legacy.
Okay, it didn't want to bring us back, did it? All right, guys, we are back. All right, ladies, thanks, of course, for joining me. I appreciate your time. So to my, nope, where are you? Yes, to my right there is Shanetta McNair.
Hey,
Directly below her is Katrina Taylor.
good evening.
And to Katrina something on below me is Vanessa Fields.
What up?
Oh, see, that's what I need. See that energy? Come on, ladies, we can get it.
Okay.
All right, guys. So, yes, these are my wonderful co-hosts, and I am Samantha Walker. We are on every Thursday at 8 p.m.
I'm sipping today, y'all. I got a cup. Ain't no wine in it. No drinking of the wine. But I'm just saying. I got me some Sunjoy. Chick-fil-A in my new cup.
Beautiful. Okay, she got some juice in her cup. Well, okay, so ladies, how's your week? Excuse me. How's your week going? How's it going? How's today been?
One more sleep and then I'm off for 2 weeks.
Ooh,
Nice.
one more sleep.
Okay.
Nice.
I don't know
Trina?
how much I'll be able to sleep with that kind of freedom just weighing in the balance. Like,
Okay, Trina, how are you? How's it going?
It's going. Bless the Lord. That's all I got.
Okay, that's fair. So, like I said, we are on here every Thursday and we try to share our experiences, where we're at, where we're going, what we're doing, what
my week was
we
good.
believe.
I'm
Huh?
enjoying my week. Hello. You ain't asking.
I'm sorry, Vanessa. How's your week?
My week is great.
All right.
I did my last day at my old place.
Okay.
Be at the new job on Monday.
Nice.
I'm excited. I'm
Oh,
excited.
good. Well,
Mind
I'm
you, I only
excited
got like
for
4
you.
hours of sleep, so I think that's probably what some of this overly joyous, bubbly sleep deprivation.
Well, officially, congratulations again. Vanessa got a wonderful promotion at work,
Man, praise God.
and we'll be doing bigger and better things. So, congratulations. This is a beautiful thing to work hard and have your hard work pay off.
Amen.
And then for them to, give you a little change to go with it, that is always a great.
Coinage. Yes.
Yes, that is always the cherry on top. So congratulations. We will definitely be asking for random updates just to see how you're getting settled in the new digs. So I did something that I have not done in a minute, and I actually took some notes. I was writing stuff down. Right, this is a lot. Because tonight we're going to talk about our 2023, our year in review. So, people say lots of things about the past and the future. If you don't know where you came from, you don't know where you're going, and all those other great sayings. I do ascribe to some of that. I have definitely in the last few years become a firm believer that sometimes it is necessary to kind of reflect back on your journey, kind of make sure maybe you didn't get too far off path, maybe go to the left instead of the right, just to kind of be aware of where you are and where you're going. So tonight we're going to review our year, kind of just talk about some of our, well, whatever the ladies want to share, their highs, their lows, their middles, whatever kind of makes their hearts happy. So who wants to start?
I'm gonna start.
Okay, go ahead, girl.
So it started fantastic. 2023 fantastic.
Can y'all hear her?
It's like background noise. It might be clogging
Yeah,
up.
it's hard to hear you.
And ain't nobody in here. I'm by myself.
That's better.
Yeah, I think maybe you need to lean closer to the mic, maybe a little bit.
Maybe can I stay right here and talk a little louder?
Okay, that works. Perfect.
So 2023 came in, it was really good. Like things was rolling, and then
Okay.
all of a sudden, my Titanic, it just flipped. I can't really swim. They have no life jackets or lifeboats on the floor that I was on. It was a mess. Like it went from everything being really good, going really well, to all of a sudden, like different things started happening and going wrong, and I really wasn't prepared for how things changed, especially like on the financial front, because once I got my license degree in nursing and moved here, like I was working a whole lot and making really good money, but I didn't really foresee like how left things could really go and how that would affect me financially. So I think for me, I learned a whole lot this year about making sure that you really have everything kind of set, not just for a rainy day, but like for, like when things like don't go afloat for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like I was doing overtime, and the money that I was making was definitely foreseeable for sustainable for a certain amount of time, but I didn't consider what that would look like if those hours stopped, if I stopped getting those opportunities and things like that. So I think for me, like it just put me in a great place of reflection. I am my hardest critic. And so for me, like it was total devastation not to be able to continue to be excited about being independent and being on my own and making things work. And that was really probably just God reminding me that I really didn't do this by myself, and that, I kind of got to slow down and get humbled a little bit. So I feel like I really started to dig into different things about who I am that I really didn't consider or really take into account. And there's definitely different levels of responsibility and accountability that I learned to really lean in on and like reevaluate who I am and what was important to me. So I feel like I've grown an exponential amount, even from the start of the year to like 6 months ago, and even like the past couple of months, like the way things have begun to come together again, and like things, like starting to line up. But this time around, like based on, like my previous experiences throughout the year, like I'm definitely wiser, to say the least, and definitely willing to still be boisterous in the fact that I'm not always going to be okay. Every day ain't going to always be great, but I still have to find the silver lining, or still be hopeful and still be happy and still maintain the level of faith that I have for things that I know God will give me even when I'm going through the storm. So I had to learn to really dig deep and say, okay, everything is crazy right now, but that's life. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. And at the end of the day, like I've been through hard stuff. Like some of the things that I've been through already, if I made it through that, I can make it through anything and I'm gonna be okay. So I think I really just had to reevaluate my self-worth and what was really important to me and how much I was going to settle and what I was just going to, be okay with. So I am at this point, like, I'm unapologetic for who I am, where I am, what I have, what I don't have. And I think it's just make me more well-rounded.
All right. Well, look at you. Evolving right before us. Well, all right.
Yep. Frustration evolving.
That is awesome. Trina, you're just bubbling. Just jump in there.
I think overall, I've just been focusing on trusting God's timing. As I like to be prepared. I like to have a plan, and I like to just, work my plan. And sometimes the Lord is like, no, that's not how it's going to go. And I want to, I trust God. I'm building my faith, trusting God. If you did before, you can do it again. All that, and I'm there. I'm ready. And I just be wanting it to go ahead and happen. But trusting God, I'm learning this year. What I've been learning this year is trusting God also includes trusting His timing. And it seems like, y'all ever heard that song? And He did it suddenly.
Right.
Nah, He don't be doing it suddenly. It's
Not what I thought that was.
The song you really talking about is "I Don't Mind Wait." I don't say I don't mind, but that thing used to be longer.
I had a friend upstate, Jamal. She has since passed away, but we used to look at each other when the choir sang that song. We used to be like, and He did it subtly, because it wasn't suddenly. We always had to trial and test before it happened. And it just seemed like this year I'm back at, I can't get this suddenly. I be waiting and waiting.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, Lord, I guess you're trying to build my faith and they're working patience. Like, how patient do I need to be? How much patience do I need to have? Because I just be waiting. But in the midst of all that, God has never failed me. It's been, I've been following that fire by night, cloud by day. He's always provided for me. But the things that the goals that I have, because I got my plan, I got my list. And I'm trying to check the things off, all the things. I'm trying to check them off. And and He's just like, yeah, okay, but in my time, not in yours. So that's where I'm at. Just trying to trust God's time in everything.
Yeah, I just want to say, listen, when you said that list, this one right here with the book and the list, she used to have her book and she'd get it out and be making notes and scratching stuff out. And
hey, you gotta make the list and check the things off.
Good evening, Denise. That list, it's serious, and it really can put you in that space where you really rethinking, like, where did I go wrong? I wrote it down. I wrote the vision. I made it.
Made it plain.
Right. I made it plain. Jesus, did you see it? Do I need to hold it up higher? Right. You definitely can, have those moments. All right. So, Shanetta, you're going to jump on it?
So, I would have to say I don't even remember how the year started. I don't really know what was happening in January at this point. We're in December, and I barely know what happened yesterday, to be very honest with y'all. I know I had a birthday this year, and it was fabulous because I got to celebrate with all of you ladies.
Yes.
But I would have to say that all in all, like, I really don't, I don't know what was going on in January. I don't really know what goals or visions or dreams that I had set forth for the year to say, oh yeah, I met the mark, or I didn't quite meet that mark. I forgot them probably a week after I set them. So that being said, I just been out here living, and I know we did some really big trips this year that were super fun. And I really I think I'm really grateful and appreciative to getting to the place in life where we can just do stuff that's just fun just because we want to do it. And while it takes some effort and some planning and some, stepping a little bit to kind of, live out all the dreams that you have, it's just really cool to actually just be able to do some of it. And to not, to not feel like, well, I can't because, and not that my kids held me back, when they were growing up, but when you're momming when they're small, it's a little bit, it's tedious. It's kind of hard to try to like, oh, the kids schedule, their school schedule, this schedule, that schedule, keep them involved, keep them active, take them to church, take them to school. Like, it's a little hard to be like, oh, husband, let's just go off for a week and, just live our best life for a week. And now that they're kind of like older, they're doing their own things. It was like, let's go away for a week. And we did. And it was fun and it was cool. So we went on the cruise. So that was super fun. Don't think I'll ever let those memories go. Like, I could probably have dementia and be 95 years old, and I'll probably still be talking about that cruise. Because we just like went to the places, we just had a great time. We really just enjoyed the time. And I think the thing that I walk away from in this year, going into the next year that we have coming up, is that live in the moments, enjoy the moments, make time to have fun, make time to do the fun things. And I really like, when I think back over this year, I think about the highlights of all the fun stuff that I've done. So like my birthday was like amazing. It was so much fun. Everything we did, like even when the pictures just kind of like randomly pop up, how pictures pop up in your phone, or when you go to the pull down screen, like you get the little pictures that come up. A couple of them came up the other day and I just smiled, and it's just like, that was so much fun. They're connected to the Amazon photos. So like on the TV sometimes, when we haven't touched it for a minute, the pictures just start to scroll. And it's just like, man, that was a great day. So just from all of the stuff that I got to just really take time and enjoy, that was aside from the hustle and bustle. I did get offered an opportunity to try something new, and I had promised y'all that I wouldn't say no the next time I was presented with an opportunity to try something new at work. And I didn't say no when I was presented with the opportunity. I did say, I will trust whatever you decide. However, when we started doing our preference forms about a week ago, I was like backing out of everything. I was like, no, I want this, and only this inside of this box. Don't move me anywhere. So I don't really know what's going to happen in the upcoming year, because I have definitely like had like a whole panic attack meltdown, and I don't want to try anything new. I'm like a little old lady, like, when they get set in their ways and they're just like, keep me comfortable. I'm cool. Like, don't be coming over here moving my stuff. It was sitting on the right-hand side. I don't need it sitting on the left-hand side now. Stop it. Put it back over here on the right-hand side. I know it looked better on the left, but I want it on the right. I live in that land a little bit when it comes
a whole lot.
I just want to add to this first. Well, two things. First, I think when you got the offer, you should have put it in the text so we could have pushed you to be a little more willing. And then second, you said you're like a little old lady now. How long have you lived in that it's my way land?
Only a little while. Only about most of my life,
Right.
Just a little bit. I don't know. I just don't. The idea of doing something outside of my comfort zone sends me into a state of panic. And I have like the more and more I think about the idea of what she was offering for me to try to do for next year, I'm like, I'm just not gonna like that. I don't want to do that. That just makes me feel this kind of way. I just want consistency. I'm getting heart palpitations. I don't think I like it. That's just what my brain.
Listen, I'm gonna have to call. Give me her name. I'm gonna tell her she needs to call Michael J. Payton and have him tell you to do it, and then she'll be good. Get
I'm like,
you a little bit outside of your comfort zone, because I seen you do something this year that I just knew there was no way in the world you would do it. And Bishop asked you to do it, and you did it, and
what
you've
I
been
do?
doing it. I can't say online just in case.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna put it in the private chat, but it's really something that I never thought that you would do. And then he asked you to do it, and you were like, you may have been a little grumpy, but you've done it. Like,
I did.
you've been doing it.
I understood. Okay.
Right. See? So that's what I'm saying. If she get him to ask you to do it, you'll be all in.
I can't tell the bishop no.
Right. See? There you go. So goodness gracious, my 2023, it started awfully. Around this time last year, I had an accident. And so with the year starting, I could not be in a room with multiple people. I couldn't hear or tolerate any loud noises. I was in pain. I could not sleep. It was just, I couldn't really go to church because it was too loud. I had an accident. I got hit in the head, whatever. It messed with my memory. Like, I did not forget who people were. Like, I knew who everybody was, but it was hard to, like, you know how like you're talking and you have continual sentences. Like, I kept having to take a lot of breaks. Like, I was talking like really slow because it was hard to remember what I was talking about. Like, if I got too far into the conversation. So my 2023 started off terrible, and that went on for a few months. Like, and it was rough because I'm used to, doing what I do. I'm used to moving and going and, holding everything together and doing this and doing that. And I was in a space that I couldn't do that. So it was really, really hard for me. And I still was going to work in the midst of all of this. So my year started off really, really rocky. A few months in, after a few months, I left my job. So that was a fun moment. It was definitely necessary to leave because it just wasn't working out. But, I left my job. So that was yet another something in 2023. But I think coming home and being home for a while gave me a chance to kind of heal up. Like, it gave my mind a rest, gave my body a rest. I was able to kind of like recuperate more. So toward the middle of the year, I was like hitting my stride. I was doing better. A few things went really well in the middle. And we kind of been gliding on that ever since. I don't know why I keep saying we. I did keep up with the couples, even in the midst of my issues. We still, held it together with the couples. Everybody chipped in. Everybody was really supportive and patient and helpful. When I was having a hard time, which was really great to see. Like, because when you're doing something, you feel like you're trying to create something and you don't ever really know if you've created what you tried to create, until you see it in action. So it was really cool to see, everybody be so willing and supportive. So that was a big part for me to watch. And my year's ending. It's ending on, it's not a low note. I mean, I guess you know, there's always going to be times where you feel things could be better. But things are good. Like, you know, the kids are healthy and happy. The husband is the husband and he's healthy. Um, you know, so things are good. Looking forward to a new year. Not really sure why. I mean, I think I'm just looking forward to continuing to live. Like there's no, you know, big momentous thing that I'm necessarily looking for to happen. But you know, I want to just continue to live and grow. So my year was kind of started down and we came up and then, you know, like yeah, it was almost kind of like the suddenly thing because for a while we was, I mean, we was heading for the ocean floor like deep, deep. And then just like one phone call and they was like, hey, come get this check. And I was like, whoo, I'm on the way. And like just that quick, you know, went from down here to just like that. So it that part of it was really great. I mean, you know, I'm joking, like it really wasn't, it was a suddenly, but it kind of wasn't, you know, when you're working towards something and waiting for something and whatever. So my year was kind of up and down, I guess, kind of how life is. You know what I mean? Like you have those seasons where one season is can be really high and you're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then it, you know, it kind of throw you off the bike.
Oh wow. Who does that?
Right. And the bike run over you a couple of times.
Life just be life.
Right. And it's really in those moments though. That's the crazy part. It's in those moments when the bike has just rolled over you where you figure out kind of who you are. You know, like that's really when you figure out like, you know, kind of what you're made of. Because like, you know, there's been several times where I've really had to be like, okay, now in my mind, you know, I'm this, this, and this. And then it's like, yeah, but am I really that? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I really that person? Am I really that person that I say I am? Hold on. That was one of the things that I wrote down. So, self-realization. So who you really are versus who you want to be. And my question, ladies, is are you who you want to be or are you who circumstances say that you are? Meaning like and I'm just using this as an example. Like Shanetta, you know, like how you was like, you know, stepping outside of your comfort zone sends you into, you know, like turns you basically into a whole nother person, as opposed to the person, you know, who's kind of calm and collective and has it together. As soon as somebody tries to put you outside of that box, you're like, you know, a whole different person. So like that's my question. Are we really who we want to be? Or, you know, have we allowed circumstances to get us far off of track of who we want to be?
I would say I would answer that question with two parts and say both. I would say in some instances, I'm very comfortable with who I am. I'm very confident in who I am. I've turned into and developed into, I think, a really amazing person, if I must say so myself.
Yes, you have.
But I would definitely have to say, like, when I look at me and I look at my life, I'm like, yeah, this is the track I want to be on. This is cool with me. I am satisfied. I am comfortable. I'm confident, and I love the Shanetta that I am today. But when I say both, I do say there are those areas where I lack that confidence, where I lack that strength, and I lack that faith to believe that I can do certain things. Right. There are moments as I'm getting older, I'm saying to myself, am I really smart enough? Am I really good enough? Am I really able to do these things? And it's like people will say to you, you know, oh my God, that should be so easy for you. You should be able to do that. Like, I know you can, you know, and you're just kind of like, I don't know what you see, but I don't even think that I'm sharp enough. Like, there are moments where I'm like, I know I'm smarter than this. and I'm struggling with something, and I'm like, am I really as sharp as I think I am though? And then I question, well, maybe I am, but maybe I'm just getting older, so it's causing me to slow down a little bit. Like, what is it? So it's kind of like you teeter on that balance of, is this what aging feels like? Is this what getting older feels like? Because like, I know I'm smart, but why is it taking me so long to do this? Why does this feel so hard? When I know that I am definitely one of the sharpest tools in the toolbox. Like, you know, what's happening here? So that's why I say a little bit of both in that sense. Today, for instance, my sister randomly texted me and was like, we should have been lawyers. We could have had our own law firm by now. Da, 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 da. And back in the day, like, that's what I used to talk about, like being a lawyer. Like when I was a teenager, I was going to be a lawyer. I don't know when and what happened. Well, I know what happened that decided I would go a different route. But, you know, nonetheless, that's where I went and I love it. So I literally said to her, let's look up schools. So we literally, I'm at work, kids are taking finals. I'm on my phone looking up law schools. And I'm literally sending her messages of different law school law programs that we could, you know, like try to enroll in. And I'm like, look at this one, look at this one. And we're just texting back and forth. But then there was the moment where I said to myself, girl, stop playing with yourself. You know how old you are. You know how late in the game it is. We are not going to go back to school trying to get no new degree, trying to get no whole new career in a field that you have never been in before. But do I think I'm smart enough to do it? A little bit. Yeah, I do. However, am I really going to do it? I don't know. But I did send some links today, though. And she was like, set up an account so we can start getting these emails and get set up. And I was like, And that's where I kind of pulled the reins and was like, okay, this is cute. It was fun while we were talking for, you know, the hour that we talked about it. But I don't really know we'll do that for real. So, yeah.
All right. Y'all need me to read my question again, or can y'all answer it?
Read it.
Oh, okay. So it says, are you who you want to be, or are you who circumstances say you are?
I mean, I think one example that I can think of right now, and I agree with Shanetta, that I'm both. Because I feel like I'm a very patient.
Go ahead.
I'm a very patient person. I'm kind of laid back personality, right? But I have found in the last year that can be tested by 3-year-olds who ignore me all day long. I found out I don't like to be ignored by 3-year-olds all day long. And it's really got like just, you know, that vein that pop out right there. Yeah. So I thought I had like this like endless amount of patience.
Oh, okay. Endless.
Not you know what I mean. I thought I had more than I actually have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I feel like in every other circumstance, for the most part, I am that laid back, patient person. But by the time I'm in hour 3 of being ignored, it's that vein. It just so yeah. Here we are. And that's the kind of week I had.
Okay. Vanessa?
So for me, I would say that I feel like I'm still evolving.
Okay.
You know, now that my kids are older, bless them and I love them, but my attention has shifted more to me. So now like now that they're older and they can, like do more for themselves, and they're at that age where I don't have to hover. I do still have to hover. What am I saying? Anyway, but I have the opportunity now that I never took advantage of when they were younger. You know what I'm saying? So now, you know, going back to school, getting my
Yeah.
nursing degree, and now I am, like this position. Normally, you have to either have a bachelor's degree or be an RN to get the job that I have. So with that being the case, and being in the field as long as I have, like dialysis wise, I could see experience. But for this type of leadership position, like it kind of blew my mind that they even considered me and asked me to apply for the job and to consider, this position. So I think for me, I've known all of this stuff has been inside of me, but for so long, my dreams and aspirations have laid dormant because I had the responsibilities of just making sure that I could just coast and stay afloat and not really pursue with vigor and vengeance all of the things that I want for me. So, so now I feel like there is nothing that I can't do. There's no mountain that I'm not going to climb. There's no place that I'm not going to go. There is nothing that is beyond my reach at this point in my life. And I feel in that same token, everything that I've gone through, I think it just reinforced and fortified me knowing who I am and just encouraged me more to just bust out of my shell and just like, go for all these different things and like really like come out. Aw, thanks, sugar. So like for me, it's like, like it's like, Mom, where you going? What you doing? Where you get that outfit from? Don't you think that's no, I'm good. I'm good over here. This is not your mom right now. This is Vanessa. She's going outside. She's going out to dinner. She's doing this. Like all the things that, you deserve to do in life. But for me, like I said, it was always put everybody else first. And so now I'm gonna do what I want to, do me and kind of, like see what's out there and be more adventurous and kind of really like just explore and know that honestly, like my parents always said, if you want it, you can have it. You got to work hard for it, but you can get it. Nothing is beyond your reach and your limits. So I just think all that I've gone through has just made me so much stronger and to really believe that I'm able to do it. Like nothing's impossible, that I could really, be out here and just like make things happen. So that's it for me.
All right, go ahead. I am woman. Hear me roar. Yeah, girl.
I feel like the Phoenix, y'all. I'm thinking about getting that tattoo. Like for real. I know I'm kind of, up there in age, but I feel like I might.
All right, Matt said, "What God had for you is for you."
Amen, Matt. That's what I'm talking about.
I will say I'm definitely not the person that I want to be. I feel like in a lot of ways I've built a box and climbed my happy self in it. And like, I thrive a little bit in my box and, like I build up with my box. Like my box has gotten tall, but I have not, oh, Denise said, congratulations, walking in your purpose. Yes, very much so. But I have not figured out how to get out of this box. Like in a lot of ways, I don't know. Like I guess, the whole idea of what I feel like, a mother is supposed to be and this role is supposed to be. And these are all things that I did to myself. Like nobody said, you know what I'm saying? Like you supposed to do this. Or it's just in my mind wanting to be a certain type of mother or whatever. It kind of puts me in a box. And so everything is geared toward these different roles that I have. And for me, like there's some things, how like it's funny because I'm short too. Like I feel like I keep peeping over the side of the box, like, oh, that looks fun, but I never like get all the way out and like
you gotta karate chop it. You gotta kick, like bust a wall down. You might not be able to climb. You might have to start.
Yeah.
So
I feel like there's so many other things that I would like to be doing, or that I kind of like dabble at doing. Like I do it, like a little bit because it can fit in my box. So I do it a little bit. But if it, start to get too big where it's taking up too much space in this box where I got all these other things and all these other roles, then I kind of just, shove it back over the side. And, I kind of stick my arm out and play with it, but I don't really pursue some of those things like I probably should. So I guess my big hope for 2024 is that maybe going into the next year, I get the this maybe it is the courage. Like he said, break free, Sandor is yours. Thanks, Matt. It's not even like I don't even really have a fear of failing at the things. Like I think my fear is that, like I'm not going to be a good mom, or I'm not going to be a good, wife, or I'm not, being a good sister, or I'm not being a good daughter, if I'm over here, doing some of the things that I would like to do that would be purely for me. Like, I mean, some of it, of course, would be beneficial for other people in a sense. But for the most part, it would be the things that I feel like are more in line with me.
So do you think that you are your full self when you're not self-fulfilled?
My God.
I think that's a thing that we take so much time away from what we desire, and we box up the things that we desire, and it makes us kind of like less of who we are to the people who need us because we're not fulfilled. I think that
Look, Matt, nobody asked you. That was a great question.
It's important for you to feel a certain sense of self-accomplishment in order for you to be your best self for the people that you serve, for the people that you love. And if you're putting yourself on the back burner, you're not being your full self for the people you love the most. So it might be time to truly, like, literally karate chop the box down and do some of the things so that you could definitely be your full self for all these people that you are out here servicing, from your husband to your children, to being a sister, to being a mother, to being, even an employee. When we don't take care of self and do the things that we desire, I think that you're not really able to give to them. And I don't think you would neglect them in fulfilling some of your things.
Here's the thing, right? Like that, you're 100% right. Like, I'm not going to pretend like what you're saying is like ridiculous. You're 100% right. But the truth is, people love you to be who you've always been for them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I hear what you're saying, like, being your best self. So I believe I could fly. But you know what? Like, people love you to be that person. Like, they tell you, oh yeah, I want you to, yeah, okay, you should definitely. But then, if it takes away, or if they feel like it takes away, or if I don't know. I don't think, like,
they'll be all right. They're gonna be just fine. Everybody has to be selfish at some point. Like, everybody takes time and do what they want to do at some point, and that's really a thing. Like, you can't, like Shanetta said, how can you be fulfilled if you steady, like, you know, focusing
Hi,
on every
Doris.
hey. But also, I think accountability is important too, because if you don't give life and voice those things that you may dabble in, they're not even as real as they could be either. You know what I'm saying? Because if you just kind of, if nobody really knows, you just, you know, do a little bit of this and do a little bit of that, and then, you know, like back to your regular everyday life, like sometimes you need to, even if it's just to write it down and actually say it out loud to where, you know, it's something that you breathe into and give life to. Because again, that's still fulfilling. That's still, you know, doing something that's good for you. And it's important to have that. Like, everybody, I mean, we all been through something where we felt like somebody didn't give us all that we needed. But the reality is, that's okay. It really is. They ain't nobody. When I got sick a few years ago when my kids were small, and I was in the hospital for like 4 days. Do y'all know the world did not stop turning? Them kids ate, they went to school, they did, like, I felt the way when I got out, like, okay, so I'm here, like, you know, killing myself, trying to be the best everything, and my whole world for 4 days was suspended in midair. And I'm just watching everybody just on the ground, just, you know, little work ants just doing what they do, going about their business, you know, like, sometimes you got to kind of think like, you got to put you first sometimes. Small, maybe baby steps, little grasshopper, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You need me to pull a wall down? Just tell me what it is you're trying to do, and I'll snatch one of them walls.
Okay,
right
next topic.
No? Okay.
We're moving right along.
On.
So Matt said the babies need to see us live our best lives as well.
I agree with that.
You can't tell my daughter that my best life does not revolve around her. She only 14. You can't tell her that my life didn't start before it started when she was born. You leave it up to her. Like, that is, she thoroughly believes that. Like, yeah, that girl, she worse than a possessive man. Like, on my way home, if I'm not home, if it's 5:31 and she does not hear me opening the garage, she texts me like, "You okay?"
Where you at?
No, she don't say. She's crafty. She don't say where you at. She goes, "Are you okay?" If I'm not, would I say no? I'm not. Somebody got me. I mean, what would be the response? But that is my daughter. So, hold on, because I had some more little notes. But y'all, you know, if you want to say something, but let's talk about somebody else.
He got all the songs. Come on with it.
Well, see, so Matt Genius is a therapist. He's a licensed, yes, therapist. So he probably over here analyzing and flipping around all my little words.
Whatever hat you wear at work, we're not doing that. I like the songs and I love the encouragement. That's about it.
Yeah. Oh.
Can y'all see like all this stuff going on with my glasses? I feel like I could see the whole computer screen right here. And when I turn this way, I feel like there's a glare and oh God. I got new glasses, y'all. This is
okay. So I'm gonna put my paper down. So of course, you know, we don't necessarily do resolutions. Or maybe you do. Let me not speak for anybody. I mean, I don't really do New Year's resolutions. But what I would like for us to do is to, you know, we text in the group, we text each other silly stuff, funny stuff, you know, having a bad day, somebody got something encouraging to try to get you over the hump. So what I want to try to do, and I said try because, you know, a year is a long time. Want to try, like, everybody say one thing that you might want to try or do different in 2024. And then between the four of us, we're going to hold each other accountable. No, stop that. Stop. Already. See what I'm saying? See how they don't do that. And then we hold each other accountable to really help each other, you know, become better. It could be one area, it could be something small. It doesn't have to be something large. It doesn't have to be, you're gonna conquer the world in 2024. It could be a small something, but I want everybody, and don't, by all means, if you feel like you don't want to be bothered, you don't want nobody telling you do it, get it, except for you, Shanetta. You're not backing out. Let's not put it out there. But I want us to do this with like a willingness, like something, in 2024 you want to do differently, or you want to do better, or whatever. And like I said, and then occasionally on this here screen, we're gonna ask about it for the world to see, but I'm gonna be asking in the text too. But just to help each other, become our best selves with every year. We need to age like fine wine, get better with time, all that other nice stuff. So if you ladies could think of one thing for 2024. Now listen, if you got more than one thing, I'm with that too. But at least one thing that you want to do differently for 2024 for yourself. Come on, Shanetta. You started off.
More water. I have nothing. I mean,
can we come back and report what it is? I need to think it through.
Yeah, because I know my commitment level be like, I'm committed today, I quit tomorrow. My commitment level is horrible.
Okay, fine. So that will be the task. We will take some time to think about it.
Homework.
I already know all the things.
Okay, well, Vanessa, if you're ready, let's go with it.
So I want to travel more.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna just be a little more outgoing and like start doing some things that.
Oh Lord.
We're gonna all meet up and just learn to swim together, Matt. Where you gonna be? We just all need to.
I'm doing some swimming lessons, but I won't say that. I mean,
Matt is here in Georgia. Matt is here in Georgia. He said 2024, I am learning how to swim in open waters. So maybe he could swim in like pools or something, because he said open waters.
Matt,
so that is a little different. No,
Matt,
do not tell. No, we don't want to hear that story ever again. No, ma'am. No.
Matt, listen.
No.
Tell it, Shanetta. Tell it.
There's a YouTube video.
Look, Anthony said no.
And a thumbs down. My goodness. Back to back.
Listen, Matt got a wife and a bunch of kids. He can't be fooling with you. You and you two. No, ma'am.
That man out here drowning.
You want to travel more.
I'm gonna travel more, and I'm gonna really I'm going back to school.
Okay, for what?
My RN.
Okay.
Nice.
And I keep saying it because I don't really want to go back to school. I mean, I'm old, but I mean, I got my first degree when I was old, so going back and getting the second one ain't gonna be, too much harder. So I'm going back to school, and so there's 100 envelope savings challenge.
Yes,
okay,
I saw that.
I'm about to do that. I order on Amazon, and now see, here's the thing. You look around and you can actually, you can go to Dollar Tree and get, 100 envelopes. I don't know how much that's going to cost. It's probably going to be $5 in a box. That's still a lot. On Amazon, I found a box that has 100 clear, little, I want to show y'all. I'm about to show y'all.
No, I know what you're talking about. I saw it. I
and
have it
so
in my
what
Amazon
I did
cart.
was I'm about to turn my camera off because I'm finna get up and get it. So y'all
can I tell y'all something? I was gonna get y'all those for Christmas. Like I was gonna order 4 of them and send them to y'all. They're like little plastic clear zippies, and they're in like this little fold-up book. And every day, I think you're supposed to put This was a
This
little
is the
different.
one that I got because this was cheap. I can't save money by spending money to save money. You hear me?
Okay.
Them things be like $12, $13, $14. I don't feel like that's productive for me and what I want to do. And then the book, right? It's like a little Trapper Keeper. Y'all remember Trapper Keeper?
Yeah.
Right. But the money, when I looked at them on Amazon, you have to fold your money over and put it inside. I don't like that. I want to see the whole thing. This, my friends, was $5 on Amazon. So it's a nice little box, right? And then it have 100 of these inside. And I just wrote all the numbers on them, right? So every day you take one and whatever's on it, that's what you put in it.
Did you mix up your envelopes or did you leave them in order?
And then I was creative because, like I had to write on them. So some of them got numbers, some of them got words, and they all mixed up in here. So I just take one every day and put the money in there. And I'm not going to say that I'm going to finish this in 100 days. I'm believing God that He's going to just make a way for me to get this done in 100 days. But at the end, when this is full, y'all, 5,050 bills. You heard me? $5,000 in 100 envelopes.
Okay.
$5,000. So, I don't know about y'all. I don't really keep cash like that. So what I was thinking was, I'm gonna see how it go. I cheated because I already started. When I had some cash, I just been putting it in the envelopes. So my 100 envelopes is really what I'm focusing on, not necessarily 100 days. But you just take one out and you put the money in, and at the end of the 100 envelopes, you have $5,050. So what I'm probably gonna do is maybe pick like 7 envelopes for the 2-week period, and then take that cash out and put it in them 7 envelopes. Because I don't carry cash like that. And I don't know, some of these envelopes, $89 today. Right. And then, $79 tomorrow. I still got bills, Right. But again, the goal is to be able to save $5,050. So that is definitely my goal. So I might do it in 6 months instead of the 100 days. But either way, I'm going to have this done and finished. And I really want to do it like, my birthday's in March, so I don't think it's going to work. But like maybe Mother's Day, I have some money. Okay. Go to the spa.
Oh God, not the spa again.
And I mean, do something really nice or,
yeah.
I'm not really sure exactly what I'm going to do with the money. It's going to be mine though. I ain't saving it to give nobody kids, buying nobody nothing, fixing nothing. No, it's all me and all mine. So that's financial stability and freedom is really like my biggest focus for 2024. So I'm so excited about my envelopes. I'm telling everybody and showing everybody, and I think I dropped one of them a little. But I like them because you could put the whole, dollars in there and it don't have to be, all folded up. I thought that was stupid. And like I said, it was $5 for the whole thing. So you guys, if you want to do it, then you just figure out how you want to get your 100 envelopes filled. But $5,000, I mean, I was like, I think that's pretty cool that, you just, I don't know, 1 week, I may just have to use that $189 envelope and that'd be all I do that week. Who knows? But I'm going to get it done. And my goal has got to be May.
Okay.
For Mother's Day. Do something really nice for myself.
Okay. Very good.
That's a good.
So, ladies, we are going to think about this. And if not, I don't know how the rest of the year was feeling. I was thinking maybe just coming back in January. Because what's next week? Like right before Christmas, ain't it?
A few days.
Yeah, we'll see. But so y'all need to work on it because if we come back next week, y'all gonna need to have an answer.
Okay.
Something. Like I said, it does not have to be something momentous. It could be something small, like we'll be asking Vanessa how them envelopes going. You fill an envelope this week or whatever it is. I promise I have that thing in my Amazon cart and I was gonna get it. The only thing that stopped me is because, like you said, like I don't ever have cash. Like
Just go get it. I have cash every once in a while because like some places they give you a better price when you pay cash for your gas. So if I know I'm gonna be in the neighborhood and they're gonna give me like 10, 12 cents off a gallon in comparison to other places, then I keep like extra little $20, $30, But yeah, I don't be having no cash. That's why I said I'm probably gonna pick my envelopes out and get the cash for that amount, and that'll probably work a little better because
yeah, right.
it was electronic envelopes we could choose.
Right. Can I
throw this into my savings? But see, then you might, go and get it.
Spend it. Mm-hmm. You go get it.
Yep.
I mean, that envelope ain't gonna stop me from going to get it either. The kids, like, they come home, mommy, I need $15 for this. Or, I need $20 for this. Go get it out the envelope. I see this happening. I'm telling you, like, this has been my struggle with that thing in my Amazon cart, because I was like, okay, maybe I'll get it for the ladies and then we'll all try to do it together, and then there's pressure involved. And
as a matter of fact, I gave my nurse some soup today because I made some soup and she liked it so much on Tuesday. She was like, I got some ones in my wallet. Can I give you some of these dollars for some soup? And then when by the time she went back there, the soup was gone. So I brought some soup today. You know what she gave me?
Oh, look at that. For your envelope.
This finna go on my envelope. It's crispy too. This is good.
Today was payday. Fridays is payday.
See?
Yeah. That's funny. Okay, so that is what we're gonna work on, some things that we can kind of just gently help and push each other towards Miss Shanetta. So I'm expecting something. Don't let me have to call a mister.
Listen, I still quit. He's like, I'll be like, okay, we're gonna do that goal. And then I'll be like, I quit. I'm not doing this no more.
And then you'll be like, girl.
What's the little video going around now where the guy's crying and he's like, cut the cameras. I don't want to do this no more.
I saw that.
That'd be me. I'd be like, I'm not doing this no more.
Oh, gosh. Okay, well, thank you guys. Like I said, we are on every Thursday at 8 p.m. Again, our goal is just to start some conversations and or just help you have some self-reflections. Think about where you are, where you want to go, who you want to be. And if you're so far away from the goal of who you want to be, take baby steps of how to get to where you want to be, how to become the person you want to be. It's never too late. Even that says she's going back to school. Shanetta's gonna become a lawyer. It's never too late. It is never too late to tackle a goal. It's never too late to try. Even if you just try something, like, okay, that was a great try. But it's never too late. As long as you're breathing, you have another chance to make another decision. So as the year is coming to the end and a new year is upon us, let's think about some things, not resolutions. Even as a kid, that was just something people said. Like, they never really meant anything. Like, so let's not do resolutions. Let's make some affirmations. Something you could tell yourself daily. Let's do some 2024 affirmations. Those are pretty simple. Something you can tell yourself every day, even if it's nothing more than I am not a quitter. It don't have to be working out. It don't have to be going well, but I am not a quitter. Let's start with something, some simple things. But we thank you guys for your time. We thank you for listening, watching. If you're watching on a replay, thank you. We hope that we said something to inspire you or encourage you, or even just to make you laugh. Maybe you had a long day and you need something to laugh at. Hey, we're fine with that too. We may be back next Thursday. We'll be in deliberations while we think about that. But stay safe, guys.
Thank you for